Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to a little bit of a preview intro video for our first TKO Live sell of the season, summer 2026. Appreciate you tuning in, taking your time. Guys, I just wanted to let you know a little bit about the sale this weekend, how things are going to work, the schedule. Of course, we'll talk a little bit about the pigs and the matings. But, guys, our sale scheduled for Sunday at 2 o'clock. Um, we'll have live online bidding through TaylorFortSales.com. The hogs are cataloged and got pictures, videos there on Taylor's website, as well as showpig.com. We got a preview put up. We're going to have a preview Sunday at noon, along with the quick meal, and like I said, we'll sell them things at noon. Today is Friday, so that means our first preview of the weekend is actually going to happen tonight on the porch. Things will kick off at about 6 o'clock with the social hour. Have a few cold drinks, have some brats or some burgers, what have you, and then we'll preview them things probably about 7 o'clock tonight. If you want to join us in person on the porch, we'll also have another preview tomorrow night, Saturday night, same time. We'll have a little social hour at 6. Preview the pigs at 7. Tomorrow's preview will be streamed live on Taylor Fort's YouTube channel there, guys. If you can't join us in person, of course, to look at the hogs, we'll have a live preview tomorrow night. It'll be streamed, and then it'll be put on the World Wide Web. You can look at it anytime there Sunday morning before the sale. Again, all the pigs are pictured. They're videoed, they're cataloged on TaylorFortSales.com as well as showpig.com. Live bidding available through Taylor Fort Sales. Guys, for our first sale of the season, we're excited. We got an awesome group of pigs, early Mayborn animals, perfect for those winter majors, all the way from the end of the fall all the way through early spring. I think these hogs will work really good for a lot of those shows. For this particular sale, we got a small but really awesome group of consigners joining us this sale. The Phillips Show Pigs, our good friends from right down the road, Stevens County, Oklahoma. Guys, I don't think I have to tell you a whole lot about Cooper and the Phillips Show Pigs farm and brand. Their name is pretty synonymous nowadays with winning at a very, very high level. Huge wins here in Oklahoma as well as in Colorado and across the nation. Cooper does a phenomenal job getting those things put together. He got us an awesome male and female prospect, bringing a little boar and a little gilt. Just absolutely elated. Them things I believe are sired by Anomaly. Again, check out our website. They're pictured, some more information on there. If you got any questions at all, I would just reach out to Cooper directly. Then we got some more good friends right down the road, All In Genetics. Those guys are bringing a really nice pair sired by Alibi, which Alibi would be the high heat boar that we own part of there with Queen Show Pigs. And Alibi's mother would actually be a litter mate to our bear that won the city there a few springs ago. So we can't wait to see those things. They'll be dropping them off this afternoon. Get through our first preview tonight there. Excited and thankful to have the all-in crew for our first sale of the season. And then last but not least, for our consigners, we got Mr. Kevin Dieterding. He sent us a group of pigs down about a month ago for us to develop and get ready alongside ours. And we're just absolutely appreciative of Kevin sending down such quality livestock. Kevin sent down a pair of pigs sired by Blowing Smoke back on a really good in-game sow, young sow. She would have been a class winner at OYE in the commercial gilt show. And then he sent us down something quite special, guys. We got 3 male pigs and a female, all sired by Mojo up there at Upper Hand, back on Blowing Smoke's mom, that no huddle sow. That sow has done a tremendous job. Not only has she produced Blowing Smoke, the really good elite blue boar up there at Upper Hand that's becoming a legend in his own right. She's also, I think, put 4 hogs in the sale there at OYE that I know of. Done an absolute great job. Like I said, we got some blues, got a few belts that Kevin's put together for us there, sired by Mojo on Blowing Smoke's mom, and then a pair of Blowing Smokes back on a really good young in-game sow. That was a cell maker there at OYE a few seasons ago for the Prince family. We appreciate those guys bringing us good pigs to sell. The sell's going to have, I believe, around 55, 57 head in it. Guys, we'll just probably work through a few of these litters of ours. I want to talk to you a little bit about the pedigrees, kind of some things that we were thinking when we were putting these matings together and what we've seen as these things have progressed and transitioned through their production cycles from the farrowing house to the nursery and out of the chip barn. We're going to start with the one litter here. The one litter is a litter sired by the Relentless boar up there at Laird's. Guys, we're gonna have several of these Relentless litters, not just in this group, but all the way through our summer and fall selling season. That was just a boar that as we saw progeny hit the show ring last winter, that was a boar that we were really impressed with his ability to just put the kind of look and the kind of extras and the kind of intangibles into these things that I think we need to get along in the show ring today. The TKO brand has always been pretty synonymous with just stout made productive hogs that they got some real product, they got some real width and volume and rib shape, and we felt just the last few seasons we needed to just give them things just a little bit more look blade forward, give them an extra shot of presence, and just make them a little bit weirder looking. I think that Relentless boar has done a tremendous job for us there. Like I said, this one litter sired by Relentless, back on probably the stoutest sow down there in the sow barn. She's a lead the way, never before lock it up. She's a lead the way back on the Little Taco sow, a direct Little Taco daughter. Just an absolute stout creature of an animal. We thought Relentless was just a no-brainer to breed her to. I think we got 4 male pigs there being offered, actually 5 male pigs being offered out of that litter here in this first sale. Really excited to see what those things can do from Phoenix to Denver. Guys, if you're looking for an elite male pig bear prospect for a winter major, I would look in at the one litters, like I said, sired by Relentless, back on the lead the way Little Taco. All the Little Taco daughters, granddaughters, pigs that go back to her lineage, they have a really weird way of getting better through the feeding period. Hogs that feed, hogs that transition, hogs that get better with age and maturity, the way these things used to do back in the day. That's the reason that we continuously build around her. Excited about those one litters. The 2 litter be a boar sired by Seeing Things. He was another boar there last winter. That we saw several of those here in Oklahoma. I think he had two of the breed champions in the Grand Drive at OYE. I know that doesn't happen very often, if it's even happened at all. But he's a white boar up there at Laird's. We had a really good young sow. This is actually a first litter gilt here. She's an OG, never before Jasper. So her grandma would actually be bred by Holt Livestock up there. Our good friends John, Mark, and crew, back out of a sow that they bought from us. They bought a half Yorkshire Jasper Legacy 5 sow from us, and he sent us this never before daughter. We bred her to OG. Kept her and bred her to Seeing Things to put this litter together here. Guys, there's an absolute hammer pair of male pigs in this litter. This white pig has been a complete standout the entire time, 2-4. He is solid white. I think you manage that. I think he stays that way without a problem. But if you're looking for a Southwest Yorkshire, I think this thing's good enough to play and run with them of any color, but just an absolute hammer of an animal. Probably the hog that's really stolen the spotlight here in the last week or 10 days would be his brother, the blue pig, 2-2. That this pig just continuously just turns to just seems to get stouter. I mean, he's got big feet, big arm, lots of hair, crazy look, put together well. Really good pair of male pigs there. And of course, they got a belted littermate sister that I think if you go back and watch your video and listen to the notes, just talk continuously about probably not ever needing to sell that animal. But we are offering her very elite show gilt prospect. Could be a big time sow prospect. The 3 litters, I think we got 3 or 4 litters in this group sired by Cash Out. Those first ones are just starting to kind of hit the show ring for us here this summer. Absolutely excited about Cash Out and his progeny. Guys, if you need to put a big rib cage in one, a big motor with the kind of hip and hind leg that just absolutely works, that boar is just going to be a go-to for that. For many seasons to come here at TKO. We love our Cash Out pigs. The sow here would be a first litter gilt. she would be out of, I believe, the heat index boar up there at Moyer's. Grandma would be a wide awake, intentional little taco, another one of those little taco, I believe, great granddaughters were building around here. Solid black Barra, belted Barra, extremely good pair of show pig prospects. Guys, this 4 litter we'll talk about next is out of a boar that we're really excited about here at TKO. Last spring, a little over a year ago, our good buddy Bryson Johnson from called us from Texas. He was at the Players Pig Sale looking for prospects, gathering stuff up, and he said there was one down there that we just had to own. He said, I don't know if he's a bear, I don't know if he's a boar, but I think I found him. I'm one of those guys that I believe in people. I put faith in people, especially when they show results. And Bryson's just an absolute true talent in this industry. When he gets excited, I'm gonna listen. So we actually bought that thing for $25,000. Weekend Warrior. He was a Kong Cotton Appin from Day Show Pigs. Gary Todd was actually contending bidder on that boar, and he's actually at Gary. Gary over the winter talked us out of selling him that boar and placing him there in stud at Todd Show Pigs with the reserve right to semen. It was a hard offer to pass up. But we're excited about the future of these Weekend Warrior pigs. They just put an extra shot of look, an extra shot of presence, and an extra shot of proportions into these pigs that's just been a struggle to get. And we're absolutely jacked up about this 4 litter. The sow here, she's an all-out, hands to yourself secret society. Behind that would be the lock it up sow that Little Taco goes back to as well. You can kind of see the common theme of a sow family that we're building around here. But this is a 1st litter sow that we're excited about. Her mama would be the hands to yourself sow that would have produced our reserve Grand Barrett Comanche County a few years ago for the Nunley family. I still say that single bear was the heaviest boned animal that we've ever produced. Lots of structure back in this pedigree. The Secret Society great grandma there would be the mother of the 3rd overall cross Barra there at OYE. But guys, there's several Barra prospects, several elite gilt prospects being offered within this 4 litter. It's a big litter, it's a deep litter. There's kind of a different size, shape, and color for everyone. I would encourage you to stop in and look at them on the porch. The next litter we'll talk about here would be the 6 litter, another litter sired by Weekend Warrior. Boar up there, bred by Day, that we bought and resold to Todd Show Pigs for a big chunk of money. The 6-litter sired by Weekend Warrior back on a lights out. Hands to yourself, never before sow. Lights out was a buckle up son there at Jennings Show Pigs that we were excited to get to use. When we had that bear that won OYE a few winters ago, the only pig that ever beat him all winter long was actually Lights Out himself when Brady had the Winters family campaign him there early when he was a little guy on the jackpot circuit. So we thought it was just natural to breed Wayne's mom back to the only animal that ever beat him there at a jackpot show. And we got this Lights Out daughter. It took us a little time to get her bred and get a litter out of her. I'm glad we were patient because, guys, we got a couple pigs out of her that are just absolute hammers. I think this 6-2, there's probably a lot of people that would argue that he's the best animal in the cell. I don't know if he's the best one. There's several in here that are very good, but I think if you want to talk about one that puts together a total package of just presence, completeness, and balance while still being stout and really good in his skeleton and having power in all the right places, but still being a sleek and looking like a modern day 2026, 2027 show bear, I think you need to look pretty closely here at this 6-litter. We got a couple litters here, that's 7s and 8s. We'll talk about a little bit of them together. They're both sired by Cash Out. Like we said, Cash Out's a hog that we got in stud here with Davies Livestock. He's out of Money Moves back on top of the Littermate sister to All Out. That's a tricked out Sandman Tier 1 sow. Would be Cash Out's mother, and he's sired by Money Moves. Just our absolute go-to in terms of making hogs that have spread, that have rib cage, that got a big stout back legs, and they know how to use that hind leg. He'll inject a lot of good into these pigs. Both of these sows are actually sired by RC, got different grandmas, but RC was a hands to yourself, never before. RC was actually a boar that we sent over there to Gary's, or excuse me, to Jamie's. That was a litter mate to the bear there at 1 OYE. So 3/4 sibs here in the 7s and 8s, bred just alike, sired by Cash Out. Back on RC sows, like I said, be a hands to your RC was a hands to yourself. Never before. I think there's a lot of good in these litters. These are hogs that probably have a little bit more growth, a little bit more go. We have had a few people reach out, text me hogs that could possibly make October shows, or they got November shows or early December shows. I'm not saying all these are going to be 280 pounds and get there super fast, but I'd say if you're looking for hogs that are stout, that have some feature, that have muscle, that have look, that can go and perform and can handle the push from a structural standpoint, I think you need to be looking at these 7s and 8s. And there's definitely a few standout individuals. If you work through them litters and come view them in person, we're real excited about those. Coming in next, I think we got the 9 litter. Yep. So the 9s are also sired by Relentless, 9-5 and 9-6, a pair of littermate brothers. There'll be another brother that's headed to the opener there in a few weeks. But like I said, those 9s are sired by Relentless. That's a boar that we've had just a tremendous amount of success with. We absolutely love those things. In terms of just making these pigs that have look, that have presence, that are wild looking from their blade forward. The sow here is a Pass the Hat Tricked Out. She would have actually derived from the Rotaball firm, and her mother, that Tricked Out sow, would be the litter mate to the Ellie Gilt that the Winters family campaigned a few winters ago, that just absolutely laid a swath across Oklahoma and Texas. Guys, if she didn't win 15 or 20 shows, it would probably surprise me. A lot of guys say this 9-5 is the best pig in the sale. I would just advise you to come look at him in person. He's an absolute freak. The 10s are actually 3/4 sibs. They're also sired by Relentless, back on a Pass the Hat sow, different grandma. These actually go back to a sow family that we raised here. We'd have the Echo grandma. That Echo sow produced class winners at OYE for us. She produced the grand overall at Coba. Her mom would be a litter mate to our grand overall at the American Royal. Just lots of purple and lots of lineage behind those 10 litters. Like I said, also sired by Relentless, back on a Pass the Hat. Pair of extremely good males we're offering. Come working in here next to these 12 litters. These 12 litters are sired by Weekend Warrior. That'd be the Concord Napping boar that we bought at the Players for $25,000. Now stands at Gary Todd's. Guys, if you know me or you talk to me very often, I'm always bragging about my 13 litter money move sows. I think we got 5 of those things. They're money moves. Back on the never before little taco sow. Guys, they're just peas in a pod. They're just absolutely stamp them in terms of just being stout made and bold made and having some muscle and spread and being good skeleton and still having look. We're excited about the 12s. I think there's 2 gilts we're offering and 3 or 4 males that we think are just absolute hammers. And rounding out here the rest of the TKO lots, we got the 14 litter sired by Alibi, which would be our high heat boar up there at Queen Show Pigs. His mama would be a litter mate to Wayne, the bear that won the city. But those 14s are sired by Alibi on a really, really good young sow. That's a 20-4 sow, I believe. Pass the Hat. Next play, back on the Echo. This sow would be a litter mate to the champion Hampshire bear there at Comanche County, shown by Layla Begley there a little over a year ago. This is this sow's first litter. We're absolutely jacked up to be able to offer this a really, really good, I believe it's a trio of male pigs out of her. Guys, I don't think there was a bad pig in this litter, and I think all 3 of these are just absolutely good. I think you need to see them in person. Hogs that just have a ton of substance and feature and structure. They're still wild in their look. They still got the fur and the shag. Down low, lots of hair on their legs, and they're put together in a manner that I think will be really, really good for the long term for the show ring. But guys, that's going to kind of put together and finish up our preview here. I appreciate you joining in with me. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how things would work this weekend. Like I said, we got a preview tonight, Friday night at 6, social hour at 6. We'll run the pigs at 7. Same thing tomorrow night at 7. We'll have a social hour at 6 Saturday night, preview at 7. We'll live stream tomorrow night's preview. It'll be there on Taylor Ford YouTube, and it'll be on there to go back and look at it anytime if you need to reference. All the pigs are cataloged, pictured, and videoed on showpig.com. We've got a preview there. Then, of course, on taylorfortsales.com, our sell site, live online bidding. Guys, we got lots of free delivery options. And lots of delivery options working with different carriers across the United States. We're excited to offer this first set of pigs. We're excited to be out here, one of the first ones offering pigs this summer. We want to get them down the road. We got an extreme amount of confidence in these animals. And I hope to see everyone that we can there on the porch on Sunday. Previews at noon, sales at 2 if you can't make it. Like I said, we got live online bidding, taylorfortsales.com. We appreciate y'all for tuning in.